Greetings and welcome. This is Rajiv Makni on the Cell Guru Show. Our big review today is going to be the Xiaomi 12 Pro. Look, it's not like the Mi Ultra in terms of pure, absolute top-of-the-line flagship, but this is a great phone. It's taking on the OnePlus 10 Pros and the Samsung S22 Pluses. Price is around 60,000 rupees plus. It's got a lot going for it. Big event in a stadium for the launch. It's got a 120-watt charger, 350-megapixel cameras, good-looking phone. But should you prefer it over the OnePlus 10 Pro and the Samsung S22 series? Well, we'll find out on the show. Our next big review is the big one, the iQoo Z6 Pro, priced at about 23,999, Snapdragon 778G 5G, 1300 nits peak brightness, 66-watt flash charge. Can it take over the competition and become the king of the hill? We think it absolutely can. This is a great phone. And it's back. You all requested it. Qualcomm comes back. Unleash Your Dreams is our new segment, a new series. This is where we're going to be bringing you stories where the smartphone, the brains of the smartphone is actually changing lives. And today, we'll talk about doctors coming together on social media platforms to help save lives in Kashmir. It's a brilliant story. Now let's move on to our top story. This is a much awaited phone, the Xiaomi 12 Pro. First of all, big event held. Finally, an event that really lived up to expectations. Multiple devices announced. The Xiaomi 12 Pro 5G was the big one. So it's a good-looking phone. Matte finish makes it very easy to grip. Harman Kardon-tuned speakers, and we found the speakers to be absolutely fantastic. Very nice. Even the speaker grill design is very different. 6.7-inch, absolutely fantastic display. This is where they have really outdone themselves. 1500 nits of peak brightness, 120 Hz refresh rate. The processor is absolutely top of the line, the 8th Gen 1 Snapdragon. It's got MIUI 13, which also is now turning out to be pretty good. And then the huge thing, the 120-watt fast charging and a triple rear camera setup that is doing something dramatically different from everybody else. 50 megapixel plus 50 megapixel plus 50 megapixel. So no IP rating, but it is still pretty good. I think it'll take care of all your splashes and dust. 4600 mAh battery, that is the only part that we didn't like. And also, we thought that the phone heated up a little. Here then is our review.
After claiming the throne of king of the mid-rangers, Xiaomi has increasingly been making a play for the flagship segment. Last year's Mi 11 Ultra was a top-of-the-line smartphone through and through and introduced innovative features like a display at the rear of the phone. The Xiaomi 12 Pro isn't that phone. With the 12 Pro, Xiaomi is gunning for more mainstream alternatives like the OnePlus 10 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. Can it outlast the two established alternatives, or will it get buried under the weight of MIUI? That's what we aim to find out in the Cell Guru review. Xiaomi is channeling minimalism with the design of the 12 Pro. The phone is a beautiful melange of subtle curves and clean lines. It might not be the most distinctive looking phone on the market, but what's here is eye-catching to say the least. The back of the phone is finished in Gorilla Glass and has a matte finish that makes it easy to grip, easier to keep clean, and definitely easy on the eyes. A protruding camera module predictably sits up top with clear segmentation between the multiple lenses. Branding too has been kept to a minimum. The slim aluminium mid-frame makes the already thin phone feel slimmer, but if you look at the top and bottom edge, you'll observe a rare attention to detail. The speaker grills have been finished in the form of a waveform and hide away the quad speaker system. The speakers have been tuned by Harman Kardon and integrate two dedicated tweeters and a similar pair of matched woofers. The speakers make for an impeccable multimedia experience, while the volume is far from the loudest. The speakers certainly make a mark for themselves in dynamic range, depth and clarity of sound. And if you are wondering, yes, there continues to be an infrared blaster at the top of the phone. Rounding off that multimedia experience is the stunning 6.7-inch screen at the front. The curved edges might not be everyone's cup of tea, but the rounded feel of the screen makes palming the phone even more comfortable. The screen itself is a thing of beauty with peak brightness levels touching 1500 nits when viewing HDR content. Under sunlight, you can still expect as much as 1000 nits. The 120Hz panel is fully adaptive and can reduce the refresh rate to increase battery life. Additionally, support for HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision make it the perfect choice for multimedia fans. That said, it is the color accuracy that has sold us on the display. The screen looks true to life with colors that look calibrated out of the box. That said, you can easily switch to a more saturated look via a preset. On the performance side, there's nothing to be concerned about. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 is a known commodity at this point and brings out more than enough oomph to the table to run anything you might throw at the phone. Games, benchmarks, social media apps, dozens of browser windows don't tax the phone at all. Meanwhile, the stunning display makes playing titles like Genshin Impact even more enjoyable. Xiaomi's optimizations with MIUI 13 make the entire experience silky smooth and the phone is a joy to use. The blazing fast processor is matched with a battery that isn't quite large as alternatives. As you'd imagine, battery life isn't quite as long and we found ourselves reaching for the charger before the end of the day when pushing the phone hard. The sole respite here is that the phone is extremely quick to charge up thanks to the inclusion of 120-watt charging. It took us about 26 minutes to go from 0 to 100. The Xiaomi 12 Pro distinguishes itself in the camera department by packing not just one but three 50-megapixel sensors, one each for the primary, telephoto and ultra-wide sensors. Xiaomi claims it helps the phone maintain a standard color profile across the lenses. Daylight photos from the primary camera are exceptional with plenty of detail. White balance is excellent with just a slight hint of pop to make photos shine on social media. Noise is nowhere to be found. The telephoto sensor maintains the performance for the most part with just a slight amount of grit. Our only complaint isn't that much zoom when compared to the longer focal ranges available on alternatives. We found the lack of autofocus capabilities on the ultra-wide sensor a bit unfortunate since the otherwise excellent camera isn't versatile enough for creative shots taken up close. It can't be used for high-resolution macro images either. Xiaomi has done an excellent job optimizing the three cameras for night photography. Images from all three cameras turn out well exposed and with very good control over noise and limited grain. The camera opts for shorter shutter speeds instead of a single longer exposure, which allows you to get sharp low-light images even handheld. Xiaomi's flagship smartphone has a few limitations beyond the lack of an IP rating and a battery that doesn't last quite as long as alternatives. However, it makes up for it with innovative additions like ultra-fast charging and Xiaomi's taper like an IR blaster. But it is the overall package that clinches the deal. The phone is priced starting 62,999 rupees and is one of the most well put together packages in its category, making it well worth a look for any and all prospective buyers. Rubina Mungia, NDTV.
And now we come to the segment you all have been waiting for, Unleash Your Dreams, powered by Snapdragon. 4.55 billion. Care to guess what this number represents or stands for? That is the total number of active users on social media globally as of January 2022. What a mind-boggling number. But most of us will not be surprised by this number. The fact of the matter is our lives are ingrained in and around social media, right from the time we wake up in the morning to the time we go to bed every single day. Be it something trending on TikTok or an important news headline, information and communication technology has changed the way we've lived over the past 20 years, with the key development being the emergence of social media. That is king now. The pace of change is accelerating every day. For example, the development of mobile technology has played an essential role in shaping the impact of social media. Across the globe, mobile devices dominate in terms of total minutes spent online. They put the means to connect anywhere, at any time, on any device in every person's hands. But we've also heard, right, social media has always been applauded and at the same time criticized for various reasons. But the harsh reality is that we cannot communicate with each other effectively without social media today. The most recent and most biggest example, I think, would be COVID. During the pandemic, social media platforms played such a vital role than all the other normal days. It was social media platforms that were used as a tool for professional communication in healthcare, which helped save so many many lives. And during the pandemic, social media use has accelerated to the point of becoming in every single place now all over the world. It's become part of modern healthcare systems. There were many cases like those people who utilize the power to connect to the right people for help through social media platforms. And we are here to bring you one such amazing real-life story which harnessed the power of social media to bring good to society. It is an amazing story. Just watch this.
Jhelum flows smoothly through lush green mountains in Uri sector bordering Pakistan. But people living in these hills are often facing tough times. Living over 100 kilometers from main city of Srinagar. When Sheikh Nuruddin, a Jammu and Kashmir policeman, suffered a heart attack in November, he had no hope of survival. In absence of a cardiologist in the remote area, a WhatsApp group, Save Heart Initiative, launched by cardiologists in Kashmir, came to his rescue. As the 59-year-old cop was taken to primary health center in Boniar, doctors used the online platform and received real-time guidance from cardiologists to handle the cardiac emergency.
मर भी सकते थे सर, क्योंकि जब ट्रीटमेंट टाइम पर नहीं मिला था तो फिर बंदा मर भी सकता है। उससे पहले वहाँ की हमारे गांव में बहुत वाक़े हुए ऐसे, तो अल्लाह की मेहरबानी थी, तो डॉक्टर साहब ने मदद की। फ़ोन पे बात की उन्होंने उनसे, सर उन्हें इसको कौन सा डायग्नोज करना है, तो वहाँ से उन्होंने उनको बताया कि ऐसे ऐसे करो, तो उन्होंने मेरे को वही डायग्नोज करके तो इन टाइम मुझे सोगरा में पहुँचा दिया।
Social media apps like WhatsApp helps people even in the remotest of locations to stay connected with each other, and that is what helped Nuruddin in his hour of need. For last 7 years, over 1 lakh ECGs have been processed by the Save Heart online platform, having 1,200 doctors on board. Dr. Parvez Masoodi, Block Medical Officer Boniar, and his colleague Dr. Javed Vani say they had never thought that smartphones will come so handy for critical healthcare in border areas. This is how they use smartphones for critical care in the health center. As soon as a cardiac emergency reaches first medical contact, the doctor uploads patient's ECG on Save Heart WhatsApp group. Immediately, a cardiologist on the group evaluates ECG, guides doctor how to handle patient in the first golden hour. Moments like this, when time is of essence, having sharp photographs of the ECG or having a good quality video call is of utmost importance. This helps the doctors provide the right treatment plan to the patients in a timely manner.
Immediately we upload within 10 minutes to Save Heart Initiative group, where from the doctors who are there, the cardiologists guide us via text message or video call, or they call directly to us and they guide us how to treat the patient, said patient, and what to do. At every step we do follow them.
वो पेशेंट जिनको थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन होता था ईसीजी में, वो 200 किलोमीटर इन रिमोट एरिया से स्कीम्स आना पड़ता था उनको, श्रीनगर आना पड़ता था। इस सेव हार्ट ग्रुप से या इन फोन गैजेट से या स्मार्टफोन से क्या हुआ, ईसीजी विद इन 10 मिनट्स, विद इन 5 मिनट्स अपलोड हो जाते हैं एंड कंसर्न कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट सजेशन देता अपनी कि इसको क्या करना है, इसको क्या करना है। मैंने ज़िंदगी में कभी नहीं सोचा था कि फ़ोन डॉक्टर से ज़्यादा बढ़ के काम करेगा, बिलीव मी।
After heart attack, Sheikh Nuruddin has now 3 stents implanted. His family say they couldn't believe that first treatment of thrombolysis was possible at their doorstep, which saved his life.
नहीं वो नहीं पता था इधर मिलेगा इसे डॉक्टर को, कसम से इधर जाकर मिला है इसको डॉक्टर, अच्छी तरह दवाई शवाई दी, आगे पहुंचा उधर, शुक्र अल्लाह का, उधर भी यहाँ बच गया शुक्र।
1,200 doctors are a part of Save Heart Initiative. They are using smartphones and online platforms, saving hundreds of lives in Kashmir. For the last 2 years in this primary health center in Boniar, which is near the line of control, de facto border between India and Pakistan, more than 30 lives have been saved in this primary health center by using smartphones and Save Heart Initiative.
Save Heart Initiative was started in 2015. After Dr. Nasir Shams, posted at Amarnath Yatra in 2015, received a cardiac emergency, a WhatsApp call to his cardiologist friend who helped him to save an Amarnath Yatri, firmed up the idea to have an online platform of doctors to handle cardiac emergencies through the use of smartphones.
We sat over a cup of coffee and we discussed that why cannot this be broadened and provided as a life-saving option to our people using the same network which I used that day. The phone which I had, the communication link which I had at the tertiary care, and the interaction between the group of doctors which helped me save a life there. This coordination, not working in our own aisles, helped us. This created a unified network among doctors, and this was the concept.
It's the best use of smartphones that's making a huge difference in cardiac emergencies. A quick redressal through online platform Save Heart initiative. As they say, time lost is a heart lost, and use of smartphones is proving a boon for the people in need of critical care. In Srinagar with cameraman Amir, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.
What an incredible story, right? I mean, this is called game-changing. This is called saving lives, and it's all happening because of our mobile phones, social media, and technology. Let's now go and talk to Dr. Nasir Shamas. Doctor, where did the idea of utilizing social media platforms such as WhatsApp come into this scenario?
You see, it was July 2014 and I was working in the most difficult terrain of Himalayas, that is the Baltam. That is 9,000 feet above sea level, and I got a STEMI patient right there struggling for his life. And first hour was critical for his life, and we worked him up, we treated him, and I utilized the same social media platform to arrange further care for him at the tertiary care of Sher-e-Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences. And it worked. And subsequently, we treated many patients like this, and this idea came into being.
Doctor, that's great. Very fascinating that you thought about it like this. But you know, the big question that comes up is, are you really able to help and treat patients through video calls? I mean, many people say that's not really the same as meeting a doctor.
Video calls is via WhatsApp only, and once our peripheral most doctor wants a further expertise from us, we act as experts, we act as their guides, and he wants further instructions, and we feel that he needs further instructions live, and we opt for video calls and advise him then and there. This video call shortens the time and provides the fastest possible treatment right there, even if it is at the toughest border of the LOC.
Wow, how fascinating. Okay, doctor, how many lives were touched upon via this medium?
See, we never expected. We three friends started it in 2015 onwards, and then Directorate supported us fully with all the medications and upgrading ERs. As of now, lately, more than 50,000 lives have been handled, and more than 120,000 ECGs have been analyzed and discussed with each other via this forum.
Wow, that is such an incredible thing that's happened. Okay, what is the importance of having a smartphone which can do great live or recorded video or audio, especially in geographical locations where the terrain is very difficult? You know, doctors can't go there, the patients can't come out from there. Is this a life changer, a game changer?
The idea and the utility of the smartphone is the Save Heart Kashmir will prove by itself. The data, the work of our 1,200 doctors who are connected to each other, and they are providing you a facility of a virtual hospital, one of the world's biggest virtual hospital via WhatsApp, and which is day in and day out saving lives.
Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Snapdragon is calling all Cell Guru fans to join their global community. It's called Snapdragon Insiders, and it's amazing. This gives you access to the latest scoop on Snapdragon tech, a chance to connect with the biggest experts behind the scenes, premium experiences, exclusive contests, and much, much more. Now, I am a Snapdragon Insider, and you can become one too. Simply follow the Twitter account or Instagram that we're giving you on the screen here right now. Also, give yourself a chance to win a Snapdragon smartphone by participating in the NDTV Snapdragon contest. All you have to do is go to ndtv.com/unleash your dreams. I'm showing you the URL right here. Let's take a quick break right now. On the show, when we come back, lots more happening. Let's go on now to our next big review. It's the phone I've been waiting for, the iQoo Z6 Pro. Snapdragon 778G 5G, 1300 nits of peak brightness on a great screen, 66-watt flash charging. Pricing very low, 23,999. Fun Touch OS 12 based on Android 12 out of the box. So the cameras are good, the looks are good, a lot of premium stuff they've done in this. But has iQoo done enough? Is this a big hit from the brand? We think it is.
iQoo has established itself as the bringing of excellent specs to cutthroat pricing. The brand has created a reputation of value in the performance segment, but the 20,000 to 30,000 rupee price segment is a whole different ballgame. Does the iQoo Z6 Pro make the cut, or is still Realme and Xiaomi's domain? We find out in our review. The iQoo Z6 Pro 5G is aiming high with the design. The materials are still mostly polycarbonate and glass, but the phone manages to look premium thanks to the bold camera cutouts. You'll find rather large iQoo branding at the back that we are not big fans of. However, the matte finish helps keep fingerprints at bay and the phone looking neat and clean. Over at the front is a 6.44-inch Full HD Plus display with a 90Hz refresh rate. It isn't quite best in class with some options giving you all the way to 120Hz panels, but the picture quality punches above its weight. The default calibration is on the side of vibrant and it makes media content look good, but the phone offers enough tweaks to tune the display to your preference. Unfortunately, there is no IP rating here, so you'll want to keep the phone away from the pool. The real selling point, of course, is the performance. Packing a Snapdragon 778G chipset and up to 12GB of RAM, the iQoo Z6 Pro claims to be one of the fastest phones in the category, and we found that to be accurate. Android 12 with Fun Touch OS 12 shines on the phone and everyday navigation is blazing fast. Gaming too is no trouble at all, and you can enjoy long hours of titles like Call of Duty Mobile. We were also impressed by the cooling capabilities, with the phone barely getting warm to the touch. That said, a larger battery life would have been a useful addition. 47,000 mAh is good, but not good enough for 2 days of use. Thankfully, charging is plenty quick at 66 watt. The phone is no slouch when it comes to imaging either. The star of the show is the 64-megapixel primary camera that handles white changes in lighting very well. Daylight shots are predictably a cinch for the good. There's good dynamic range with just a hint of saturation and sharpening to give the images some extra pop. Low light shots are light on noise with a good amount of detail. The same can't be said of the 8MP ultra-wide camera. Daylight shots just don't have the resolution to resolve a lot of detail. That said, color reproduction is pretty good. The camera falls apart in low light with limited detail and plenty of noise. Priced at 23,999 rupees, the iQoo Z6 Pro makes sense for users aiming for performance and design. It's not the ultimate overall package, but gamers on a budget will definitely appreciate the hardware on offer, which is exactly the audience iQoo has been aiming at.
That then was the Cell Guru show for this week. As always, lots of cool, great things coming up. In fact, we're absolutely flooded with phones and other accessories. Do watch the show next week. I'll see you then.